All right, there we go. Mic wasn't on. Whoops. All right. Shout out to anybody who's going to join us for today's match, watching Leicester versus Tottenham. I'm here with my boy, Georgie. How you doing, Georgie?
I'm doing pretty good, man. My voice is a bit off, so if I sound weird, just know that I've been singing and dancing all night. So, prediction, Javi. What are we thinking?
I think Tottenham's going to win, but I could see a draw. I honestly could see a draw. Leicester's playing at home. They got my boy Jamie Vardy back in the Premier League. Here we go.
You only like Jamie Vardy because he drinks energy drinks.
Dang right.
Listen, I'm going to say it right now.
He loves it.
4-1 or 4-0 Spurs. You're offside, Solanke. Your favorite coach? Your favorite manager?
I don't like him at all.
They're getting relegated. So
You think Leicester are getting relegated for real?
Yeah.
Oh, I know what.
Wait, why are you recording? Uh-oh. Ooh. Jamie Vardy from 5 years ago would have got to that. Soccer, bro. You like watching that? Is that Ndidi? Gee, I need to look at the lineup.
We have the lineups here actually. Let me put the lineups on. Start with Leicester. Let's see. I can't see that this far away. Leicester lineup.
The computer. You can have the
We got
phone,
a pitch
bro.
invader.
You cannot have the
Hermanson
phone,
in
bro.
goal. Justin Vestergaard. Fies. Christensen is the back line. Harry Winks, your boy Harry Winks. You
Oh,
remember him?
I actually. Did you just unplug the phone? Yeah, you did. I actually
Harry
like
Winks.
Harry Winks a lot.
Ndidi as the 2-6s.
I kind of like those 2-6s actually. That's actually kind of nice.
Fatau Buonotte. Reed as the 3 underneath Jamie Vardy, who's going to be up top. Jamie Vardy is nice to see him back in the Premier League. Not too long. Well, it's been a long time now. It's crazy how long it's been that season when they won the Premier League, where he scored a goal in the opening fixture for like the first 15 crazy, some crazy like 15 games or something.
Yeah,
Do you remember that?
And he was always linked with the move away as well. He stayed loyal.
That's true. Everybody else left. He's the only one
Yeah.
left. So that's the lineup. Let's look at Tottenham's lineup. We got Vicario, who Georgie once played a back pass to Vicario.
I did.
True story. In an actual match. We have Porro, Romero, Van de Ven, and Udogi as the 4 center backs. Sarr and Bentancur as the 6s. Johnson on the right. Madison as the 10. Son on the left. And then Solanke. The what was the total? American dollars like 80 something. What was it? 80 something million?
Yeah, 83 or 87
83.
or something like that.
Crazy.
It's a crazy amount of money.
So they're hoping that he's on the score sheet today so that people know that he's worth it. So that's the lineup. 0-0 here. If you're just joining us, appreciate you.
It's stuck. You can go get it. Bentancur, man, my favorite player. So good. He's not Uruguayan or anything, but definitely one of my favorite players. Do you have anybody on your fantasy team from this game?
I'm trying to think. I don't think so. I think I'm done. I should have spread it out more. I literally think I'm in last place in the
Are you?
in fantasy. Yeah, I think I'm in last
How
place.
many points do you have? Do you think?
Like 15.
Still, besides even from yesterday, no, you have Holland.
Maybe they didn't count it yet when I looked, but I thought they did.
But you have Haaland, right?
Yeah, I have Haaland. Yeah.
Yeah, so he scored, and that's the thing. If you have Haaland and you have Salah or no?
No, I don't have
No.
Salah.
If like
I thought about getting Salah. He just was too expensive, I think.
I have Haaland and Salah, and it's like my rest of my team is like awful. This is how pretty much the rest of the game will be.
Coach
played.
Delva says, "How are Leicester playing in the Premier League?" Never mind. Man, I forgot they got they got promoted after they got relegated.
Yeah. And they're gonna get relegated again, so don't worry. I just don't like. Honestly, I don't think their manager's good. If they kept Maresca, I would feel a bit different. But I don't think he's a good manager, and I also believe that they're gonna get deducted points. So
How many years were they in the championship? Was it only one or two? It was only a couple, right?
yeah, maybe one or two. Probably two, because they didn't get relegated last year. Oh no, they got relegated 2 years ago.
Lobo, come sit down right here, puppy. Come sit down right here. Come sit down right here. You have 27. Yeah. So Kenny checked. Hey, it's okay. Roman, can you sit down right here? Can Lobo sit down right here and watch? Can you guys watch together? Can you guys watch together? Okay, come here. Kenny said, "You have 27 points, but you are in last place, though." How am I in last place? I got Haaland.
Damn, 27 points in your last place.
Hey, shh.
Wait, I need to check. Wait, how can he check?
Cause Kenny's in the league. He's in the league. What do you want, puppy? What do you want? What do you want? You on Trucks on the phone?
Oh wow, that was nice. My boy Banter from the set piece, almost getting a tap in. Solanke would have. Oh, almost. What a save by Ndidi. Oh.
Oof.
I think that was offside, to be honest. That's a great ball by Son, though. I honestly, I just don't see Leicester getting anything, especially if they get deducted points. There's like, it makes it so much harder, and they haven't like spent money. Really, they got Skip from I think Spurs for like 30 million.
That was today. Oh. That was today, wasn't it?
Yeah, like today was the official, I think, or I don't know, something like that. FaZe, what a player he is. David Luiz reject.
Yeah, Kenny says, click on the league and you can see all the people and their points. Need a hat trick from Son to get me more points. Kenny, I think, is pretty close to last place, too. He's not far. That's how he knows, because he's on the same page as I am. There's like 5 pages to that league.
Wait, Kenny, find what place I'm in, or how many points I get.
You were mid-table.
I'm mid-table?
I think you were mid-table.
Damn. You know what messed me up? I'm telling you, Newcastle screwed me up this week.
How?
That red card. First 20 minutes, they got a red card. They parked the bus the rest of the game, pretty much, until they scored the one goal. But Isak was my captain, because I expected Newcastle to absolutely destroy Southampton, and they should have if they had 11 men. And I had Isak and Anthony Gordon. Thankfully, at least Isak got an assist for the one goal, and then it doubled my points. Does your vice captain get anything or no?
There's a vice captain?
Yeah.
I didn't know there's a vice captain. Although I didn't, I messed it up because I didn't save it. I think I had Palmer gonna be my captain, but when I made the changes, it just automatically put Darwin Nunez as the default. So
Yeah.
Darwin Nunez was my default captain.
Damn right, as he should be.
And Kenny said yes, vice captains get points.
Do they? Oh my God, that's amazing.
He said he's in 162nd as well. So yeah, he's pretty close to me.
Okay, wait. How does that work? That doesn't make sense. Like, so your captain gets double points and your vice captain gets what, 1.5 or double points as well?
I don't know.
Kenny, let us know. How do you know more than us, Kenny? That's kind of embarrassing, to be honest. I didn't even look at the league. By the way, it's crazy though because I had Brentford's goalkeeper yesterday when I was watching the game early morning, and what a ball by Madison. And his name is Flacken, so I was watching him make all these like easy saves, and I was like, yes, give me those fantasy points. Give me those fantasy points. And then his defender scored an own goal, and I was like, damn, -4. To be honest, Kenny, Solanke is probably going to get a hat trick tonight. And yes, I'm trying to reverse jinx it so they lose the game, but I think Spurs win very comfortably. They probably should have had 2 goals already in the first 10 minutes. I'm definitely going to bet on this game if it stays 0-0 at like 20th minute.
Ooh, good service. There it is.
Did you see
Romero?
Did you see the bid or the?
Yeah. What was it? Some crazy.
Well, it wasn't a bid. It was what they wanted. Real Madrid like asked Spurs, like inquired about Romero, and they're like 100 million or 150 million. That's what it was. That's
Man is not worth. The guy who gives up 3 PKs a game is not worth, and gets red cards is not worth 150 million dollars. Didn't he miss like 2 or 3 really big important games last season because of that?
Yeah. And he made fun of McAllister, so.
Let me see. You guys think Leicester staying in the league for a while? Kenny said, "Where's Joe?" And Pedro said, "Hey yo, love the Arsenal shirt, Javi. Let's go, Pedro. Let's go."
Is this what Pedro is this? Is it
just another Pedro?
Oh, just another Pedro.
Yeah.
Because I was about to say the Pedro I know.
Do you know how
not
many
like
Pedros there are in the world, Georgie?
Careful, Roman. Careful.
Sorry, he knows what he's doing.
So, what was the first question? Is Leicester staying up?
Is Leicester staying up?
They're going down in 38 games. I'm telling you that right now.
Georgie thinks they're getting relegated.
They're definitely getting relegated. If you can make...
Here's Spurs. There it is. Nope.
Oh, my God. This should be 3-4-0 already. Like, they're literally inside the 6-yard box half the time. Yeah, I just... unless... Look, there's 10 days in the transfer window or so. Unless Leicester buys, like, 2 or 3 players, which I don't really see. And the player they bought is Skip for, like, 30 or 40 million. Out of all players that you... I don't know. Skip is a decent player.
I never even heard of Skip. He never played.
He played for Spurs.
Yeah, I know, but he never played.
He played under Mourinho for a little bit.
Yeah.
And then I think he played for Conte a little bit, and then...
I was like, is this an academy guy or something?
He actually might have played last... I don't even know, but he didn't... He's not... He's a good player, but he's not going to make you stay in the Premier League.
Kenny said, "Where's Joe?" Joe is working, man. Joe is the only one of us, of the 3 of us, who actually has a proper adult job. So he actually has to, well, not a proper adult job, but a 9 to 5, let's say. So he's working. He couldn't make it today. But anytime we do the weekend ones, those are the ones he'll probably be able to make.
Oh, it's pouring rain.
Omar Sarate Peña said, "Is Tottenham winning the league?" Georgie.
Omar, come on, man. Please. I do not see. Oh, Solanke right there. Hey, Kenny, you're still getting those points. No, I don't see Spurs winning the Premier League. I think Spurs are going to have a really good start. I think they're going to be up there for a little bit, and then they're just going to drop off. It takes time to build a winning team. that's the sad reality. Especially Ange second season. I know the quotes he put out today. I win things in my second season. Maybe they win a cup, but I'll be honest. Looking at the Spurs team, it's a really good team. Like when you look at the bench, when you look at the starting 11, it's like overall a really good team. Especially at like a goal scorer like Solanke.
Where do they finish then in the table?
I think they're gonna be pushing top 4.
Dang. Look at Leicester playing out of the back. Stop it.
Between what? That's
Stop it.
breaking the 5 plus. Oh, and then
Then he does that. Kenny said they're staying up. They're good enough. Barely, but will stay up. They'll finish between 12th and 16th.
Leicester?
Yeah, that's what Kenny said.
Kenny.
Can't trust a man who's 167th in the fantasy Premier League.
That's 1. 2.
Which is kind of funny because I can't say anything because I'm in last place.
Who do you think is gonna be in the who's gonna be fighting the relegation battle then? Because Ipswich have a really good manager that I really like, and they play pretty good football. And their signings they got, their bench against Liverpool was unreal.
Daddy, I'm hungry.
What do you want, Papa?
Uh-oh.
Yep.
Give me Papa.
I'm going to go get your bar in a little bit. Ooh, Omar Sarate Pena said, up the Reds, Liverpool will take it all.
Yes.
And
Go
then-
on, Omar.
And then Ivan Torres said, will Manchester United be top 4? I'm going to go get my kid a bar real quick, but I'm going to tell you the answer is no to that. Georgie, you're up.
First of all, wait. Who set up the Reds? Omar? Omar, I'm going to assume, is this on TikTok or what? I'm going to assume that you are a Liverpool fan, obviously. What do you think about... so I have 2 or 3 questions for you. 1, what do you think about Arne Slot making the change at halftime with Konate coming in for Kwanzaa at the Ipswich game? 2, what do you think about Joe Gomez leaving? And, well, I guess 2-part question to that. What do you think about Joe Gomez leaving? And then how much would you sell him for? And then 3, do you think Liverpool sign any players from in this transfer window? Those are the 3 questions I have for you. And then, will Manchester United finish top 4? Look, I believe that if Manchester United got rid of Ten Hag and brought in a proper manager, because I'm not a Ten Hag fan, as an opposition supporter, I love Ten Hag being in. I absolutely love it. And the reason why I do is because you guys will never be consistent enough with the way Ten Hag plays. When you guys play big teams, you guys might do well, and I think that's literally what's been happening since Ten Hag took over. When it's a cup game, when it's a one-off, you guys can win a game because he plays counter-attacking football, and that's like his style, which is the very, very basic and minimal in the Premier League or like at that level pretty much. So when you look at it that way, you play maybe teams that are better than you, like that's like 3 or 4 teams, I would say. Like, let's say Manchester City or Liverpool or Arsenal, where they're going to control most of the game, and then you guys counterattack. That's why you have a good success rate against Manchester City. You guys do pretty good for the most part. And against Liverpool, besides the 7-0, last year or 2 years ago. But I think against lower opposition, that's where you guys are going to struggle under Ten Hag. And that's been my number 1 criticism with Ten Hag. I just don't see a style, and it's been 2-3 years, third year now for Ten Hag going in. And that's my only problem with it. I do think you guys have good players, though, and especially with this transfer window that you guys brought in. Obviously, Euro's been injured, which I like Euro. I think he might be potentially, be generational, as a lot of people say. But it's just unlucky with the injury. I like Xerxes a lot. I don't think he's a striker per se. I think he's more of a 10 or a false 9. But I like players like Xerxes because he involves everybody else around him. I think it's a really big year for Rashford to step up. I think Ahmad is unreal. I'm a huge fan of Ahmad, and I don't like a lot of Manchester United players.
Let me catch you up on the comments real quick. Kenny said Crystal Palace, Bournemouth, and Nottingham Forest will be relegated.
Whoa. No. Kenny.
Which one surprises you out of those? Crystal Palace or Bournemouth?
Where's the other one you said? Ipswich?
No, Nottingham Forest.
Oh, Crystal Palace are not going to be relegated.
Okay.
Crystal Palace. Adam Warren, I think he's unbelievable. One of the best and up-and-coming defensive. Well, he's not really defensive midfielder, but midfielders. I rate that guy 80 million right now. I think that's how much he's worth, even though he's only had like 5-6 months in the Premier League. I think Mateta. Obviously, he's been scoring goals.
I do like Mateta. I thought Mateta's legit.
Eze,
I like him.
Eze is really good. They just brought Joachim Anderson from Fulham, who's been a proven Premier League defender for years. Just because they think they're gonna lose Gehi to Newcastle potentially, but he might stay now. I do think Ulisse is a big miss just because they sold him, but one or two signings, and I think they might actually be in the top 10. And their coach is really good. I really like the way they play. Ever since he took over, it's been a really good team to watch. But even Bournemouth, Bournemouth, they're really obviously it's gonna be set piece routine from the training ground did not work out for Leicester, but Bournemouth are going to be okay. A big miss, Solanke, of course, losing 19, 20 goals in the Premier League is not an easy task to replace. So, but I do like Areola. I like him as a coach. I think we talked about it on the podcast last year, towards the end of the season, how we thought that he's like one of the better managers.
Couple of the older comments that I missed. Think it's brilliant. He's there to coach. Hold on. And spot problems, and he fixed it, and it paid off. This was when you were talking about something when I was.
Oh yeah, I asked about. Is that Omar?
Yep.
Yeah, Omar. Yeah, I asked him about the change, about subbing Kwanzaa out at halftime with Konate coming in. So I agree with that. Yeah, spotting the change and not scared to make that change, and be obviously make those adjustments. So he paid off.
And then Pedro said. Or actually, hold on. He said, Omar said, I think Joe Gomez has to go. He's been at Liverpool too long, too many injuries. I think top 20 M, so top 20 million. Is that probably like 20 million? Is that how much he's going to go for?
No, he's going to be a lot more than that. Well.
Or he said, I think top 20 M. I don't know what that means. Anyway, next one. Pedro said City relegated after September. Let's go. Georgie's waiting for it. I did see a brilliant tweet yesterday for the Chelsea City game. It was
I know which one you're talking about.
115 players versus 115 charges.
Yeah, that is quality.
Brilliant. Yeah. What do you guys think of Madrid's slow start? I didn't watch the game. What was it? I think it was 1-1, wasn't it? Was it a tie game?
Yeah.
1-1. It's a long season, but I think in La Liga Real Madrid and Barcelona can drop a few more points and still have a good chance of winning. It's not like teams in the Premier League against Manchester City is almost impossible. I think Real Madrid and Barcelona will, if Real Madrid gets a tie, it's not the end of the world for them because they'll be fine. The only other team they're really competing against is Barcelona, and I think Real Madrid in the long run is going to be much better.
Speaking of that, Atletico Madrid's playing right now, I think.
Daddy, what are you eating?
He said Joe Gomez should stay, but if sold, sell at least for 30 to 40 million.
Yeah, I agree with that. I do agree with that.
He is a very good. There's been times because he's never been picked as a starter for Liverpool, but there was a lot of times where he had to come in because you guys just didn't have any players, and I thought he did really, really well. So, if I was a team, honestly, like Ipswich or Nottingham Forest or Crystal Palace, even a bigger team, but like those teams specifically, that would be a really good investment to pay $35 million for Joe Gomez, and have a legitimate, experienced defender.
Here we go.
Look at that knock.
Wow. Mm-hmm. Speaking about Joe Gomez, in the beginning of the transfer window, as we talked about, I think a few days ago, Liverpool and Newcastle had the deal of where Joe Gomez was going to Newcastle for $45 million.
Daddy, look at it's a can.
Wow.
You see the purple?
Yeah. Joe Gomez was going to Newcastle for 45 million, and Anthony Gordon was coming to Liverpool for 75 million, and that was pretty much agreed. They had medicals set and everything, but Newcastle ended up selling one of their younger players to fit within the financial fair play, so they just broke the deal off. But Joe Gomez was ready to go for 45 million, and I think that's the reason why he's kind of like, I want out. However, I don't think we're gonna get 45 million now. I think we're gonna get close to 35 than 45, maybe add-ons or something, but. But yes, 35 is definitely worth an investment.
Omar said, I think Arne should have given Darwin a chance in the second half. He's good at breaking down the defense. They didn't really need him, did they? I mean, could have given him a run, but who else did he sub instead? He put in Gakpo, didn't he? Did he put Gakpo in
the last 10 minutes? Yeah.
Did he put him as a center forward, or did he put him out wide?
He put him out wide and put Diaz a little bit towards the middle.
Okay.
However, I will say this: Arne Slot has been very supportive of Darwin, and I think he wants to ease him into his tactics and all of that, into the team and everything. Obviously, he came a bit late from Copa America and all that stuff. And Darwin is under so much criticism, so I think it's better to just leave him in the shadows for a little bit. Unless, this is how I'm reading it. Obviously, you can look at it the other way, oh, he's not even getting any playing time, so this is actually worse. It looks a lot worse. But I think it's kind of just letting him relax a little bit, calm everything down. However, I do agree. I think in the first half, if the first half would have been played like the second half, Darwin would have done brilliant. Just because in the first half, Liverpool had a tough time breaking down Ipswich, and Ipswich had so much energy and pushing numbers forward. And with Jota and Darwin, or in Salah, for example, Salah and Jota are so good at holding up the ball with those long balls, and Darwin making those runs in behind, isolated one-on-one with those three attackers would have been perfect for a long ball, which what Liverpool tried to do in the first half, to be honest. It just didn't come out as good as it was supposed to. But I think Darwin in the first half would have been really good.
Omar said also way quicker than Jota, could have created way more chances, in my opinion. He's talking about Nunez.
Yeah.
Kenny said Vinny or Mbappe also, they didn't resolve losing. Kroos and Modric should have started. I wonder where they played him. I didn't look. I didn't watch the game, so I wonder where they played. Vinny, Mbappe.
Well, Rodrigo scored, and Rodrigo's been the one scoring. That's
crazy because you think he's the one that would have been sitting out if you had to pick someone to sit out, but
it's different now because last year what they used to do is put Jude as a false nine. So now you have Mbappe, Vinny, and Rodrigo up there. So now, because everybody thought that Jude is going to stay up higher. But now you have those three still playing up high, and Jude is dropping into the midfield, which then creates the problem of who do you, you have two more players to play in there. You can't play them all. Because now you're taking an attacker from last year pretty much and getting him. So it's going to take a bit of time to get used to, I think. But, nah, they're just way too good.
Yeah, I saw a picture today of Pepe and Cruz vacationing together because now they're both retired.
Yeah, crazy,
Isn't it crazy that two players that literally could still be playing at a very extremely high level, I mean the highest level, are just not playing soccer anymore? They're just done. Specifically Cruz, that guy was playing legit in his last season, and he's still just retired. I respect that though. I do. I'll be honest. I respect the fact that they went out on top because he could have had at least 3 or 4 more years just going to lower levels or lower teams and stuff like that. A lot of people would have taken him, but to retire as a Real Madrid legend and retire on top, I respect that.
How is this game still 0-0?
Kenny said that they just kept switching. So,
well, speaking of that,
there we go. First goal.
Pedro Porro.
Pedro Porro with the goal.
Well, what a jinx that was. How's this game 0-0? 3 seconds later, Porro scores. He's actually a very good fantasy pick, people. Get Pedro Porro on your teams if you can. Well, now his price is going to go up. You do know that's how that works now, right? If your player does good, the price go up so you can sell him for more. So then you can buy another player at a lower
in real
price.
life? Or you're talking about fantasy?
Fantasy, yeah, fantasy.
Oh yeah. Like their value changes over the period. Yeah.
So, but like, what sucks about the Holland thing is like, if he doesn't score for 2 games in a row, it goes from 15 to 14, and then you're like completely screwed because it's like you already a lot of money, and now you're going down low. But
Right.
okay, I'll give you one tip, all of you guys, because I'm a fantasy guru. Make Holland your captain for next week. That's all I have to say. Playing at home to Ipswich. The guy's scoring a hat trick.
What about Nunez? Should I put Nunez as my captain or what?
Listen,
Should I keep him as my captain?
I told you do not play Nunes the first week. Arne Slot said he's an easy man.
I'm in for the long game.
Yeah, but his value can drop because he doesn't play. And then you're screwed.
That's true. You only get how many changes a week? 3?
One
change a week?
Yep. I mean, I think.
Well,
And-
that
but
makes
you-
sense then. I'll take the L for the first couple weeks until Calafiori starts. Nunez starts.
Yeah, but then you can make, like, if you, up to 5 weeks, if you don't do anything, then you get 5 changes. So it adds up, which I like, to be honest.
That's good.
I just don't like the, if you get scored, like right now, Leicester, all their defenders got a -4. That's a lot. -4? It's crazy.
I do think they need to change the Fantasy Premier League rules because it's so annoying. Nobody knows the scoring system. I mean, you kind of do, but like, there's things that aren't fair. If you have a fantastic game as an outside back, you were nowhere near the goal that happened. Why do you get -4?
Yeah.
It does need to be a little slightly more subjective, I think. But I think that's impossible. They have to have, the only way they can properly do it is just they have to have algorithms and computers do it.
Yeah. By the way, did you see the Premier League do not have ball boys anymore?
They just leave them on the little.
Yep, on the
Balls.
cones. So you have, well, you have people that put the balls on the cones, but technically you can't. They're eliminating the factor of,
Yeah.
like, person-to-person contact and all
Makes
that
sense.
stuff.
Well, I think it's less about the person-to-person contact and more about the time wasting,
Yeah.
right? Because before it was like, where's the ball? Because the ball boy is hiding it somewhere.
Mhm.
Now the ball boys, no matter what, have to put it on the cone so that there's always a ball that they can
Yeah.
use to play, which makes sense. It's a good rule, but the cones are the middlemen now, right?
Yeah. So now we can't, if on Liquid Football, when somebody complains there's no ball boys, like, Premier League eliminated the ball boys.
We'll put them on the cones. Problem is we don't have enough soccer balls to put them on the cones like that.
Let me see. I'm gonna try.
Pedro said the game's like 10 seconds behind for you guys. I know.
Daddy,
It's also because we're streaming. What's up, puppy?
track them.
Yeah, we're stream, like, it's not so much the game, it's the stream getting to you. Because right now, if I put it on, we are like 10, 15 seconds behind. Which is funny because yesterday I was watching the Big Six, which is a YouTube thing with like there's 10,000 people watching, and all of them in the comments like, go for one of the games, and then the guys are like, what? And then like you understand that, oh
Ooh, that
my
was almost a
God.
lid.
Was that Poro again? No,
No.
Brendan Johnson. Look at that. There was 4 Spurs players inside the 6-yard box, and there was only 1 or 2 from Leicester. Tracking numbers, man. How many people do we have in the chat?
I don't know. I had it just a second ago. It was on here, but I don't know how. I don't know where it says how many are here. Oh, 5.
5 people.
5 currently, but we had like 8 or 9 at some point.
Nice.
We're out here growing little by little, but we're growing.
Yeah. But what was this, YouTube or is this?
No, TikTok, YouTube. YouTube's pretty dead. Problem is YouTube. YouTube is much harder for us to get people on. But I do like to leave the option if anybody wants to watch it wide view, because the TikTok is just like on the phone and stuff, and everybody's just chilling in their studios or something like that, has a computer and wants to watch the actual version. They can go on YouTube. It's all the same stuff. Doesn't really matter, I guess, too much.
Yeah.
My guy Kenny, he put 5. He's coming through. He's our new stats guy.
Ha.
We're getting rid of Joe, Kenny. This is an official invitation to Kenny. You can be our stats guy from now on. This guy's on top of things.
Kenny the stats
Fantasy
guy.
Premier League rankings, how many viewers we got.
He still hasn't told me what I am. Come on, Kenny.
Oh yeah, come on, Kenny. You gotta let Georgie know where he's at in the fantasy Premier League.
Am I in the relegation
Pretty
battle?
sure
That's
he's,
okay.
I'm pretty sure he's mid-table, but I'm not 100% sure.
Listen, I'm gonna call Joe out here.
Kenny said, "I'm trying to work, but this is more entertaining. Please hold." Legend, Kenny.
Listen, let me just say this. Joe, if you guys haven't watched the last podcast, go ahead and do it because things got heated. But Joe had the audacity to argue with me for 20, 30 minutes about how Trent is nowhere near the top 4 right backs. And they sends me
Listen, don't. Why do you do this, Georgie?
What do you mean? That's what he said.
Joe did not say he was nowhere near the top 4 outside backs. He said he was 4th outside
Generously.
backs. He said he was 4th.
England.
He said he was 4th.
No. This is.
It's true. He is.
No.
He was in selection.
In selection of Southgate, that's different. I'm talking about. Well, this you can't even say that. See, that's what I mean. You guys contradict. How is he 4th?
Because Southgate had him 4th.
Did he though? Ben White wasn't there, and you guys had Ben White in front of him, and he had Reece James in front of him, and Reece James wasn't there. Yeah.
No, but he is 4th. I mean, so you can't. Obviously, you don't know what the ranking Southgate uses.
But I'm saying,
But
you can't put him 4th.
Joe's argument was, out of all the English outside backs, Trent would be the 4th pick.
Would or
Yeah.
is?
Like if you had Reece James and if you had Ben White.
Yeah. Well, but they're not there, so you can't say he's 4th. Like, how am I supposed? Like, I can only.
I think he was just saying like when everyone's healthy.
But
and,
either way,
and you have the selection.
if all these guys are so much better, why is he selecting Trent as his fan? Oh no, that's
he's way off.
Why is he selecting Trent in his fantasy team?
I don't know. I'm not the one that selected him.
That's what I'm saying. That was my point I was going to get. If Trent is so bad, don't select him in your fantasy team.
Hey, so Kenny came back. He said 42nd place with 66 points. So you're in the top 3rd. You're in the top 3rd of the league.
So imagine if Isak didn't get a rec, or these guys didn't get a red card. I'd have been 1st. Wait, what's number 1 then? 100?
I don't know. It's like 100 and something. Yeah,
Damn,
it's crazy.
what the
It's like
hell?
every single player on the team got loads of points. And his captain was, I think his captain was Mo Salah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So he got a lot of points off of that. Kenny said Southgate doesn't like him because he's a Liverpool player, and Southgate doesn't like Liverpool.
Yeah, see? Spot on.
What do you mean? He loves Trent. That's why he put him as a center mid.
To make him the scapegoat.
He did that on purpose.
He did it on purpose just to prove a point. Trent, you suck. Kenny, what team do you support? I'm not gonna lie though. James Maddison is class.
James Maddison's been good, and Leicester's getting their butts kicked against Tottenham. Like Tottenham's in there. They've had multiple opportunities, and they've just the whole game's being played in Leicester's half.
I want to see how many touches a Spurs player has had inside their 6-yard box, inside Leicester's 6-yard box.
Kenny said, guy that's in first has 101 points. Damn. And he's LFC through and through.
Damn. Oh, wait, time out. Is this Kenny Oliveira?
I don't know, maybe.
Kenny
Just
Oliveira.
Kenny.
Because that's.
Do you know how many Kennys there is in the world, Georgie?
I know, but isn't there a last name next to it? Because the reason why
Kenny said, yep.
There you go. Oh, I remember. Okay, now I know what Kenny this is. I appreciate you, Kenny. Much love. This is Kenny that backed me up the one time you tried to make me out to be terrible on TikTok, and he backed me up.
I don't remember this.
Yeah. Kenny, this is what I got to deal with, man. These guys put me down every single time, and I'm just out here trying to defend myself and Liverpool. I'm glad that somebody... Damn, we have a lot of Liverpool people on Twitter or on TikTok.
Jesus just said, just joined your guys' Premier League.
I love
it. Does that mean that he is last place now?
Yeah.
All right.
Yes, we need more people to join.
The more people that join, the higher up I climb in the rankings, I think. No, it's got to be the same for everyone, right? As soon as you join the league, it just goes based off of how you did that the previous weeks. Because,
well, no, because
like for example, if he wasn't in our league, right, and he got 110 points this week.
Actually, yeah, I don't know how that works.
As soon as he comes in, he should be first place because he got 110 points from last week. Doesn't change anything that you're not in the league and then versus.
I have. No
I don't know
idea,
how it
man.
works. Maybe Kenny can tell us.
Kenny knows everything.
Kenny says you got to wait until he falls asleep, tie him up, and throw an LFC jersey on him. LOL.
Ha. It's hard, Kenny. It's hard. I have 2 Arsenal fans on this podcast, and it's like,
Georgie feels like we're ganging up on him. No, that argument that we had the argument about Trent as it all started because of some crazy bold statement that I made.
please don't tell people. They're all gonna run away.
I'll just give you the quick refresher of it. Is hold on, before I even said Zaid said, oh, by the way, what's up, Zaid? How you doing, man? He said, great podcast a few days ago. George clutched the 2v1.
I love it, Zaid.
Don't get Georgie.
Yes.
Don't get Georgie.
Yes.
Don't get Georgie props for that, man. He's never gonna shut up. Kenny said all your points get added week by week. Yeah, so I assume he jumps in and he's good. But I said that the short version was that Trent. Hey, no touching the buttons. No touching the buttons. Hey, no. Here. I said that Trent is just respected or liked for a lot of things that don't really require you to be a defender because he's not a good defender. So I just said you can bring somebody who's like an attacking player who's got really good service, train him to be an outside back, and he'd be just as good, or he'd be just as respected for the things that he does, because ultimately the main thing is that he doesn't defend. So Georgie and I and Joe went off because I mentioned Hakeem Ziyech as the player, which I have a lot of respect for Hakeem Ziyech. Clearly Georgie doesn't have as much.
No. That's no. There's levels to it.
Sure, there's levels to it. But it's also happened with other players that once they got put into a different position, everybody was like, oh my God, why hasn't this guy been playing that? And if you would have said that before, oh, let's put him in this position. Oh, he's not that type of player. Ow. I think about Bruno all the time. Because Bruno was playing, I can't remember what position he was playing.
Bruno who?
He had one game that they put him as a holding center mid.
Bruno who?
And Guimaraes.
Yeah.
He had one game, and then everybody was, hold on, puppy, hold on. Sorry, people, I got to put trucks on my phone here for this kid. Monster trucks. You want monster trucks? But I said Bruno was had a fantastic game, and then everybody was like, "Oh my God, this guy's the best midfielder in the Premier League."
I mean, he's a midfielder. Just he was more of an 8 than a 6.
And then when they put him as a 6, he balled out.
Yeah,
Dominated.
but it's not like his natural. Like if you asked him, here we go.
But anyway, all of this just to say. What was the talking point that we were talking about?
I don't know at this point.
I totally forgot why I had to bring up this whole conversation, because it had something to do with Trent.
Oh, by the way, you didn't watch the Liverpool game, did you? The second half. Trent took over that game in 30 minutes. Ben White could never do any of that. That's the difference. Ben White
can defend.
Ben White can defend. Yes.
But
Trent,
like I could say the same thing though. I could be like, oh well, Trent. Did you see? Hold on, puppy. Here. What do you want? Which one do you want? This one.
Okay.
I could say the same thing though. I could be like, Ben White shut everyone down in the second half. Trent could never do that, and it's gonna make Ben White look like he's better than Trent.
the reason I tell
They're
you
different players, like you said. They're different players.
There are different players, but
So then don't judge Ben White off of what Trent can do well, because it's not fair the other way around.
no, I said that. Well, first of all, Trent is a better player than Ben White. Like overall, when you look at everything, you take Trent. If you're picking a team right now, you're not like, oh, I'm gonna pick Ben White.
Depends on the style, but I would pick Ben White because Ben White played in a much better back line than Trent did last year. And that's what I need out of my defenders. So I would take Ben White.
Okay, you would take Ben White over Trent right now.
Yep.
Like if
I would
you're
take
starting
Ben
a
White.
team.
Yeah, because it depends. If you're talking about like fantasy Premier League, there might be somebody else I take. But if you're talking about like in Arsenal, I would take Ben White
in
over,
Arsenal because
over
of the
Trent.
style that you guys
Right,
play.
but that's what I'm saying. But who was the better team last year?
Well, you guys are only up by 6 points.
That's right, boy. That's right.
You guys
boy.
are up by 6
You
points.
guys are closer to the relegation battle.
This man has lost the plot. Zaid, have a word, man.
No, but you can't say people would pick Trent is much better because Trent did not have a good year last year either. He did not have a good year.
Yeah, he did a decent year. And
he
didn't have his
I'm
best
starting to break
year.
him down, people. I'm starting to break him down. No, he didn't have as good of a year as Ben White did.
He didn't. Trent didn't have a year like 3 years ago, and 2 years ago, and any other season before that.
Yeah, fantastic year.
Like in
Like,
terms
what
of
was it,
stats.
3 years ago? The COVID year was probably his best year.
I mean, I looked at stats because Joe read me off some crazy stats. I don't even know what he was reading me, but whatever he read me from last year, then I looked at all the stats in the past 5 years. Trent, like, it's nowhere near. The guy has like 40 assists. To Ben White's like 6 overall. It's not even. Just ask Zaid, who would you rather have? Ziyech is your right back or Trent is your right back? That's all you gotta ask.
¿Qué pasó, papi?
Also, Trent got an assist versus Ipswich. Did Ben White get an assist?
Not against Ipswich.
Did he get an assist against Wolves?
Damn, first half's almost over.
I know, right?
Leicester's not looking good at all, man.
Not
Like,
lot.
Leicester's looking really, really bad. I don't think Jamie Vardy's touched the ball.
No. It's gonna be a long season for Leicester, I tell you that. But the longer the game stays 1-0, there's always the one set piece chance that you can get something out of it. And I would love nothing more than a Spurs complete shambles.
My boy J-Fam is on the YouTube. I don't know how long ago. I haven't checked. It's been a while, but first like here for the cold waters.
J-Fam, I love it. I love it. We're
My
switching
guy.
between TikTok and YouTube to like look at the comments. So if you've been here for a bit, we apologize.
Daddy, I'm hungry.
I already gave you a bar, bro.
No, the break.
Grab a grip. They're right there. Halftime. Let's go.
What? You. What?
Yeah, James Madison masterclass. It's not
He did do
wrong.
well. He was good. They did struggle. To be fair, they did struggle a lot last year when he was out. When he was injured. Like, without him,
Yeah.
they were doing really, really well. And then literally the game right after he got injured, it was just started going downhill from there.
Javi doesn't like Ange. Big Ange.
I am not a big fan of Big Ange. I just think Big Ange. I would like Pep Guardiola could say that. This is who we are. We're gonna play a high line, and we're never gonna change that. Pep Guardiola could say it because he's got the team to be able to do it. And even Pep Guardiola will tell you right now, if he went down to 9 players, he would not be playing a high line. That bothered me.
That rattled you, huh?
Uh-huh.
Back. Back.
Jamie Carragher, 10 minutes ago. You were asking where Joao Felix is going to play. Where's he getting changed at the training ground? I'm serious. Chelsea need to stop buying players and players need to stop joining them. This is my point of view for sure. I don't know why any player would look at Chelsea and sign for them. The only reason could be is their agent is saying we're getting a 7-year deal and big money. That's guaranteed money for 7 years.
Yep.
This is
They're all
not
on.
a young and exciting team. This is proper agent shambles.
Well, yeah, but
Yeah. Yeah.
the whole reason, no, not the whole reason you do this, but you play the game because you want to make money. They're entertainers at the end of the day. Like, yes, you want to play, but none of these guys would play on these teams for free. They'd go somewhere would pay them money. So if it's very rare in the game of football that you get a contract that's larger than 5 years. Like, unless you're like a youth academy product who's like, they just want to lock you in at a low price. But if you're Enzo Fernandez and they offered you to stay until 2030, whatever, 2030, I don't know. Can you imagine? You're set for life.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry. For at least the next 2 decades, you don't have to worry financially. And I know most of these guys don't ever have to worry, but you have to take a little bit of the job security, bro. Come on.
Yeah.
I don't
But
like the whole like, oh, these players, it's just all about the money. It's mostly about the money, yes. Because if it was not mostly about the money, they would play at all these teams. You'd get much better players at bigger teams just because they'd want to play there. Chelsea, all the Chelsea players would take a pay cut just to play at Chelsea, but that's not the way it works, bro. That's the problem. I don't know what Chelsea's thinking like long term. Like, who's thinking? I don't know. In the year 2032 or 2033, you're still gonna have all these players on your books.
Yeah.
I feel like that's how you run a club into the ground. Go get it. You gotta go around.
Okay. Check.
One goal in King Power so far. It belongs to Pedro Porro. Spurs lead 1-0. Thanks for coming back inside the studio alongside Danny Higginbotham. We get to the Geico first half highlights and you see that the lead is only 1-0. Spurs have been on the offensive from the start. They've been the best team all first half. They had an early opportunity. Brilliant defending. And
And now Joe Gomez to Liverpool is like picking up. That's crazy to me. To be fair, Chelsea could use a Joe Gomez player. I think he'd be their probably best center back.
Who scored? Pedro Porro scored. I did see a tweet that said something like Chelsea have spent 1.2 or 1.3 billion, and they still have no good center forwards, and a goalkeeper who's not very good,
And center backs.
and somebody put no experienced center backs.
Yeah, because it's a year for Kowo and Fofana. They spent 80 million on Fofana, right? I think it's 80 million.
I don't know what they spent on Fofana, but even my boy Eddie was like, dude, when I saw Fofana was on the lineup, I was like, damn.
Yeah, this is their year. If they don't work out this year, it's I assume they're gone.
Speaking of that, it's funny. Eddie messaged me right after the game. I didn't watch it live. I watched the whole game afterwards when I came home, on demand. But Eddie messaged me right after the game, and he's like, Chelsea played well. Chelsea played really well. And I look at the score, and it was 2-0. And I was keeping up with the score, but I was like, okay. I went and I grabbed the Mourinho quote from like a few years ago, because I couldn't remember what team he had said it about. I thought it was Manchester United after he left, but Mourinho said, when you accept bad results because your team played well and they gave everything on the pitch, he's like, that's when you become a small club. And on the bottom it said Mourinho saying this about Chelsea after Chelsea's recent performances, and I sent it to Eddie, and and he didn't even respond. But I was just like, it's funny that you said that, and it was literally about Chelsea as well, because he's like, we played really well. I'm like, still, you didn't win. And I know it's Manchester City, I get it, but
And this is the only time we're gonna get Rodri out, probably, unless obviously he gets an injury. But
this was the best time to play Manchester City, was game week 1.
that I always say that if I'm Liverpool and I get a chance of playing a Manchester City team, I will take them game week 1 any time of the week. No way would I want to play Manchester City towards like December when they're all like in
after
their
the new
groove.
year, I would never want to play Manchester City.
Yeah. Obviously you have to, because no matter what. But
Kenny, the stats man, said Chelsea paid £70 million, signed a 7-year contract.
for Fofana, right?
That's mental.
From Leicester.
That's mental.
To be fair, we'll be fair, because he got an ACL injury his first season at Chelsea, so or second, I don't know, but
I don't know. I feel like you're just taking way too many risks. And I get it, you have rich owners and stuff like that, but financial fair play is going to catch up to you at some point. And you're taking a big risk. I don't know. It's like almost you're trusting in your players way too much, and when injuries happen and things that are out of your control, their value just goes down. Like, I don't know. That's crazy to me. I think about Mudryk. Mudryk is like terrible. And now they're just stuck with him for a while. And his value's gone down. So they spent how much on Mudryk? 100 mil?
Yep.
Spent $100 on Mudryk. He's absolutely terrible. And it's like less than half is what he's worth now. He's worth $30 million max. And nobody's going to pay that.
No.
Nobody in the no big team in the Premier League is going to pay that for Mudryk.
And his wages.
His wages, I don't know if his wages are that high. Probably higher for some of the lower teams, but nobody's going to want to pay that for Mudryk, knowing how shitty he is.
It's crazy.
Michael Jordan said it best. Owners today pay for players on potential and hope. Yeah, well, to be fair, Michael Jordan's not the greatest team owner.
Yeah, he didn't really do that much that good at.
Yeah.
What was he at?
But
New Orleans?
He was at
Yeah, Pelicans, right?
Pelicans, right?
Yeah. I think so.
No, he wasn't at Pelicans. Where's Jordan at?
Not anymore. He used to be when they were like really bad.
Charlotte. No, but I know where. That's where.
Is it-
What was the team that
He
he owned?
wasn't. He's not the owner anymore. I don't think. I think he's.
No, I think he left. But
It could be Charlotte. Yeah.
what's Charlotte's team?
Isn't it Bobcats? I don't know. But
No, isn't that
it
a
wa-
football team?
no, Bobcats was basketball. But
Bobcats is basketball.
it was Charlotte, but they transferred to New Orleans. I don't know. I have no idea.
Kenny said money's killing all sports. Yeah, so they said Charlotte. That's where he was really bad
Yeah.
as an owner.
But like, it's tough though because
The Hornets.
yeah, that's what it is. But like, if you the transfer market this season is really weird because you look at some players and you look at the money they're going for, like Marguehi, really good player. I think he's a really good player. England international, played pretty good at the Euros, like solid. Like you're not gonna say he's world class, but like a really good player that's gonna what you're gonna get out of him. And he like if you go to a team that's like challenging, he's very solid defensively and all that. Palace wants 65 million. Newcastle are saying no. But then you look at some of the other players, like Fofana, 2-3 years ago, 70 million. Like how do you like what and Guehi's like what 26, 25, I don't know, something like that. He's not like 29 where you only have a few years left. So it's very, very interesting to like you're willing to pay 70 million to like 2-3 years ago for somebody like that. But then you have a proven England international at the big stage that can perform really like good at Crystal Palace and all that, captain, and like you're not willing to pay that.
Yep.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
If you're just joining us, we are at halftime watching Leicester versus Tottenham. Last game of week 1. Looks like Tottenham's going to be top of the table. The only time they're ever going to be top of the table. But they're only up 1-0, so they're still technically considered like 4th or 5th place or whatever because...
Wait, we need to talk about this. Everton's getting relegated too. Everton are in shambles.
What did they lose? 3-0
Yeah,
to Brighton?
at home. They did get a red card though, Ashley Young. But Sean Dyche is not it. I'm telling you that right now. Sean Dyche is not it.
Do you think, speaking on like Sean Dyche, do you think managers like that change their ways? Any of them?
No.
Like I put him, Big Sam Allardyce, Roy Hodgson, David Moyes. Who else? Any of the old heads. Anyway, most of those guys. You don't think any one of them is like one day just says, you know what, we do have to change the way we do things around. Or they're just like, I've been doing this for long enough. I know what I'm doing. Just going to stay the same.
Same principles. You just
It's
keep.
crazy.
I mean, it does. It
The
wouldn't make.
game's so different, though. The game is
Yeah.
so different. Not just the way you play the game, but how you have to manage players, how you have to talk to people is different.
Well, Sean Dyche had some problem. Like, didn't the stuff come out last year? Of stuff he said in the prior, like how he talked to players and all that stuff.
I don't know, but he's like going up to players at training and like tapping their shin guards to make sure they have shin guards in.
That's weird too. Like,
Kenny said they will scrap by yet again, finish 17th, 1 point above the 18th place team.
Kenny, let me ask you. Obviously you're a Liverpool supporter, and Omar. I don't know whoever else is in here, Liverpool supporters. Obviously, we hate Everton just because same city, rivals. I can't even say rivals because these guys are so beneath us anymore. So it's not even a rival. But yeah, let's just say rivals for the sake of it.
The Wizards. Wasn't it the Wizards?
No, he played for the Wizards
Oh,
when he
played
was
towards the end.
40.
Sorry.
But it sounds bad, but I would not want to see Everton relegated just because I think it's better for the Premier League to have rivalry, like teams that hate each other bad, compared to if Everton go down, then you bring a team like, I don't know, somebody else, and then you have like, I don't know. It's very interesting though, but I would laugh about it and I'll be like me watching the Liverpool against Everton is like it brings me joy and like I get really pumped up and excited for it. So like not being able to experience that, maybe I don't know. Maybe if it was like if we just like completely sucked and it was the opposite way, I would want them relegated, obviously, and not having to play that. But
You just like it because Liverpool, the rivalry. That's it.
yeah,
Only because of Liverpool.
there's a big Everton Twitter page though that tweeted, "Our owners build a new stadium. We're keeping Jacob Braithwaite, whatever, because everybody wants him this summer." It's like check mark, and then Liverpool owners, FSG, don't spend money, X, didn't win the Premier League last year, X, whatever. And then I commented under, you forgot the check mark for deducted points from last season, and you're probably gonna get deducted points this season because you can't keep in the financial fair play. Isn't it crazy though? Teams like that, even though you cheat or you spend over the amount you're allowed, you still can't like keep up.
Yeah, but it's also it's more so because they just don't make as much money as some of the bigger teams. Like when you think about, they mentioned this in the Newcastle documentary. They said like one of the key areas that they wanted to focus on was they wanted to make sure the international brands,
Is it
like
going-
the international fan bases were really big because that's where they get a lot of money. Like I was talking about how they wanted to go to Saudi, and in Saudi make Newcastle like Saudi's team.
yeah.
So obviously they do that here in the United States and stuff like that. When you think about it, you're way more likely to meet a Manchester City, Liverpool, Chelsea fan than you are an Everton fan. And all of those sales don't ever come back to them. Obviously not as much as some of these other teams. So their margins are a lot smaller. They can only spend a certain amount of money and they have to work twice as hard to get all the revenue to come back in.
Yeah, it makes sense. However, the rules changed this year now. Again, the financial fair play thing. You know how it was you're allowed like 105 or 115
It was like 115, I thought.
over a
years
2
ago.
or 3 year period.
Yeah.
I think now I could be wrong, but like I don't know the exact change, but it's not that anymore. It's more about the players you transfer out. You divide that by 2 or something, and then you figure out the amount that you're allowed to spend. It was a weird
They
change.
did like a formula or something now?
It's like a weird change because they wanted to make it because all these teams are going over the financial fair play by, okay, we're gonna swap players, but you're gonna buy from us and we're gonna buy from you, and then we're just pretty much cheating the system because you're getting money in and we're getting money in, like everybody's getting money in.
Right.
So like you're just like pretty much exchanging a player, but instead of exchanging it just a player swap, it's better to look for the books that you're buying a player, selling a player.
Right. Zaid said, Javi, would you have wanted Tony at Arsenal seeing as he's close to leaving to Saudi? I've said it multiple times, actually. I've said it on the podcast. Everyone knows this. This is the biggest criticism that Arsenal have been getting. Not criticism, but like everyone's saying the exact same thing. Arsenal needs to sign a legitimate center forward. That's the one position that would really take us to win the Premier League. Gabriel Jesus is just not it. You don't want Kai Havertz in that position because I think slightly underneath is a better position for him. I think we need somebody who's really going to score a lot of goals. I had 2 people that I thought, Ivan Toney and Alexander Isak. And I think both of those might have been expensive, but I think those are quality players that you put them in an Arsenal team. They'd help us win the Premier League for sure. Just especially with how we play, how we dominate teams, you'd get a lot more service for them. Isak Toney would be a little bit more of a natural finisher. Alexander Isak would be more of a natural finisher. Ivan Toney, I think, would be a little bit more creative in helping us get goals and opportunities and stuff, but both of them are class. So I'm surprised. I'm very surprised. I don't know if Arteta still got a little bit of a grudge because Ivan Toney said he was right here somewhere. Let's go find him.
Well, it's not here. It's
Okay, go get him. Go get him. Ivan Toney made fun of Arsenal once after he beat them. So I think Arteta wasn't very happy about that. But we had links. There was some rumors about us trying to get him and stuff. So I don't know. But it's also the other thing is it's crazy to say, but it is hard to compete against Saudi Arabia because just the amount of money that those guys are offering, they can't offer that in the Premier League. So it's really up to the player. It looks like you'll close the Moreno signing from Sociedad. Yeah, I think Sociedad's playing a little bit of hardball with Arsenal because clearly he's already said what he wanted. That's why they left him out of the team sheet.
And they lost yesterday. That's what they get.
So they're upset. And Zayd said he's an amazing player. He'll improve Arsenal massively. I agree, but we just got to get him. Is Zayd an Arsenal fan? No, I don't think so.
No, well, I don't know who he supports in the
Who do
Premier
you
League.
support, Zayd?
He's a Real Madrid fan. This is going to be a long season for Leicester if they keep playing like this, man. What's up, bruv? Look, iPad. Relegation battle. Say Leicester going to get relegated. You agree? Leicester will get relegated, yes. Ivan Toney's...
He said Madrid only.
Yeah.
And any team Ronaldo plays for. Love it. I used to when I was younger, I used to follow Real Madrid a lot more because I really liked Ronaldo. And that was the era of the rivalry of the Ronaldo. Do you remember that jersey? Ronaldo versus Messi? Everybody was watching El Clásico.
Yeah.
All right, which one of you pooped? Was it you, Roman? I got to change some diapers around here. All right, let me see Lobos. Come on, let's go. I got to change.
I can't see you guys. Well, actually, I'm going to go on TikTok so I can read you guys' comments. Otherwise, I can't see it. Javi has the screen, so let's see. I don't honestly, man. I have no idea how this game is still 0-0, to be honest. I mean 1-0 for Spurs only. But I'm telling you, the longer this game stays at 1-0, the more confidence Leicester are going to have that they can potentially get something out of this game. Because then it's going to take a corner kick or a free kick, just a set piece of some sort. So I think Spurs need a second goal. And it feels like it's coming. Like, let's not be... Like, it's been complete domination. Zayd, no, I agree with you. Atleti not looking too good was honestly more afraid of them than Barca. 100% agree with you. About I thought Atleti would be a lot better than Barca. You pooped? Gum? No gum. No. Are they playing right now? I know they were supposed to play today, right? No, Roman, no touch. No touch. Roman, timeout. Roman. No, Roman, I'm gonna tell your dad. Timeout. Oh, is this it? Leicester on the counter. Oh, that could have been it. 2-1 to Villarreal. Wow. What minute is it, Zayd? Roman touched the laptop, so I don't know if he did anything. I'm a snitch. I just snitched on you, Ro. Snitched on you, boy.
think we Gucci.
Oh, 39th minute. Oh, Atleti's probably going to come back. Atleti's down 2-1 to Villarreal right now. Atletico Madrid. I do wonder, though.
George is going to put a bet on it. You already know him.
Yeah. Listen, do you guys bet? I mean, Zaid, I know you do. Kenny, do you bet? You seem like a good person. I don't think you'll bet. But look, okay, so Sorlov is playing, but Alvarez isn't. But look, Alvarez, Correa, Rodrigo De Paul, all those guys are on the bench.
Kenny said Atletico Madrid will be fine. That team and those players killed themselves for Simone.
Kenny said that? Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
And they got a good system over there, man. They got a really good setup. Simeone is going to get a statue. I mean, if he doesn't already have a statue outside the ground, they're going to get a statue for him. They love that guy over there. Kenny said, no, I don't bet. I wish I could. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't
Turn
think
into Georgie, Kenny, and that's not a good thing, man. Georgie has lost the plot.
I bet a lot. I'm not going to lie. But I make smart bets, you know. But of course, the only time I put big money, I lost. So that's cool. Hey, car. Truck. You know what? I'm gonna place a bet. I haven't watched the game and I don't know what's going on, but I'm gonna place a bet. I think Atletico Madrid is gonna come back and do some work. Let's see what the odds are first, though, because I do think Alvarez is gonna come in and then just makes sense. They're not even that good, to be honest. I don't know how, again, I have no idea how this game is still 1-0.
I mean, they've had a lot of opportunities. They haven't had like a lot of clear like one-on-ones and things like that. Leicester City's defending pretty deep, but possession's been in their half the whole time.
They have like
There it is. Oh,
like, they have chances like that.
Solanke's looking good though.
Yeah.
I like him. He's looked dangerous. He's had a couple really good opportunities. I actually think Solanke fits Tottenham perfectly because he is the player. He's the player that they wish Richarlison was. I think when they got Richarlison, they envisioned him being like Solanke. And I think Solanke is more polished than Richarlison.
Do you think Richarlison leaves?
I think Richarlison's going to leave. Yeah, he should. Clearly, they're looking to replace him. I think they've made up his mind. Or they made up their minds. Kenny said you guys have a store to buy merchandise. Dang, Kenny. Trying to support? I appreciate it, man.
Appreciate it, Kenny.
We're in the
we
works.
Do not.
It's in the works. It's in the works. We're working with the fabulous, fantastic owners at Champion Grind, a.k.a. Georgie, to work with his people. All right? Ooh. So, yeah, we want to get some gear. We want to get some merch. We just it's a little bit of takes a little bit of processing time. We have to design it. We have to send the designs out, probably get a sample or something, and then it takes in total it'll be like a 2-month process. So we'll keep you updated. We'll let you know. But when we do get merch, yeah, for sure. We're not really sure what to do, whether it's a hoodie or a shirt. Probably a hoodie at this point, because by the time we get it in, it's gonna start getting cold out. But we thought about it. Oh, here it is. Definitely 2-1. Oh my word! You keep shooting at the goalkeeper. That's what's gonna happen. He said, okay, cool. Keep me posted. I definitely want to buy some for me and my boys. My guy.
Appreciate it, Kenny.
Appreciate it, Kenny. We will let you know.
But you should say only until they admit Trent is better than Ben White.
No chance.
What if Leicester come back and win? That would be typical Premier League, to be honest. Like
All it takes is
if
one
this game was
opportunity.
0-0, I would honestly think Leicester like meant to win tonight. Oh, that. I mean, here
And
we
here
go.
we go. Leicester with some attacking opportunities.
Oh, here we
There it is.
go.
There it is.
Jamie Vardy.
1-1, baby.
Ha! Just jinxed it again.
Georgie literally talked it into existence.
Look at Vardy. Look at that passion. Go. Oh, offside.
Offsides? Are they reviewing it? It looked like, to be fair, he looked like he might have been offside.
Yeah, it kind
I'm
of
surprised
looked
they
like
didn't
it.
call it.
But then nobody's complaining, so I don't know.
VAR check, baby. Well, they know nowadays. That is the one good thing about one of the good things about the VAR check is that it's pointless to go and complain at the referee because you know he's going to tell you the same thing. Like
Yeah.
they're checking it. Just wait until they tell me.
Daddy,
What's up, pup?
I'm hungry.
You're hungry? What do you want?
I like
That is absolutely crazy. Typical Premier League, man. Let's see. Let's see.
the sharks.
Ooh.
Ooh, I think he's on.
Yeah, no,
Looks like
he's
he's
on.
on.
I think he's on, yeah.
Looks like he's on. Yeah, what's up, puppy?
Let's see. We're going to see from here.
Okay.
This is the angle.
Daddy.
Okay, we got you.
Yeah,
I got
he's
you,
on.
puppy. He's on.
Wow. 1-1. Here we go.
Here we go.
That's what I like to see.
Daddy.
What's up, puppy?
Yeah.
Go on, Steve Cooper.
Nah, Steve Cooper. Nah, I do not like that guy, man.
What a legend. All right. You hungry? What do you want?
What I like.
That's Buddha, man.
I like shark sign, Daddy.
We don't have sharks.
What? It's in the fridge.
Okay. All right. I'm going to go get Roro some food. Georgia, you're up again.
I'm up. Let's do this. Let me get back on TikTok.
You hungry?
Can you plug this in, though? Yeah. So my phone doesn't... Food, yeah. You want some food? Your dad's going to make you some food. Okay, yeah. Gabe, Javi's going downstairs right now to feed his kids. Well, he will be back. Oh my God, is this gonna be 2-1 Leicester? Is this going to be 2-1 Leicester right here?
All right, come on. Let's get some food. Come on.
What? That is absolutely awful. What a terrible set piece. Where are you guys located? Detroit, Michigan, Kenny. Detroit, Michigan. What about you? I need to get my stuff together, Kenny. It's like I own Champion Grind, which is like a clothing company. I just haven't put as much time as I probably should. And I kind of want that to be something that can be like a full-time priority for me. So it'd be really nice. So I need to just get back on that. As of right now, I just do like soccer kids and stuff, like jerseys, shorts, socks, and all that. Like for different teams. So it's all like specific designs for clubs that come and want their own unique designs for their club teams or high schools, whatever. So it's mostly high school teams that I work with now. Like 2-3 years ago was mostly like gym lifestyle stuff, to where I hold the inventory and I have it. It's just I haven't really kept up with that side of things, but it's been more soccer related, which it should have been from the start. Yeah, I mean, if you have me on Instagram, it should be in my bio or on Twitter. By the way, if I'm on Twitter a decent amount of time, like now, just because I love talking Liverpool. So Kenny, if you have a Twitter, follow me on there. But again, I've Champion Grind. I haven't really posted much. I haven't really done too much, so it looks kind of abandoned. But I just do work with like soccer teams, soccer clubs, and all that stuff. The game is opening up now. 30 minutes to go. Leicester City are giving it a go. Oh, penalty? Nah, there's no way. It didn't look like it. First look. Can Leicester City do this? That would give them so much confidence going into this Premier League to stay up. I really did not give them any chance or hope of staying up, and I still don't, if I'm being honest. But it's a typical Premier League. Man Dog, what's up, man? How you doing? A crazy game. I feel like Spurs should be up like 4 or 5 goals, and now here we are. By the way, I'm here right now by myself because Javi went downstairs to feed his kids. So I'm looking at my phone on the TikTok comments and stuff. Nah, no penalty. I don't think so. Leicester looking better and better, man. Yeah, I mean, another set piece. The other set piece was absolutely terrible. Good, man. Just took your work. Have you guys thought about doing a collab with Tactical Manager TV?
That's Georgie's boy. Georgie knows him. Georgie's got beef. I think he's gonna
Do I have beef? Who is this? Who is it?
Tactical Manager. Isn't that the guy on Twitter?
Oh, yeah, that is him.
Georgie's got
Yeah.
beef with him.
No, I don't have
Georgie actually, instead of collabing, Georgie wants to challenge him to a boxing match, like all the YouTubers are doing nowadays.
No, I just didn't like the way there's some weird tweets during the Copa that I didn't agree with. Oh, great ball. Oh my God, that's an unreal touch as well. Unlucky. I just didn't like some of the tweets that he posted. It was kind of
Can I go there? Do you want
I don't know.
chicken nuggets?
It was a bit weird to me how he was accusing set of fans without knowing too much information and but I've heard good things about in terms of like the videos and stuff like that. I haven't really watched too much. Like I said, I only saw a few tweets. Roman, look. Roman, look. Roman. Mom's here. Solanke on top of the box to James Madison. Oh, awful touch. Leicester City on the counter.
Watch out.
That's a yellow. Yeah, it has to be a yellow.
Go over there with Mama.
Speaking of that, I need to set alerts for the Atletico game.
Georgie's about to start the
Oh,
bets.
it's 2-2. If you took the bet,
Should have bet.
I did. Actually, the odds are pretty good. If you were to put $8 on a tie, you win 32. That's pretty insane. And yeah, I put 8 on a tie and 5 for a win for Atletico. So we hope. But let me tell you the stats for this game. 2 shots for Leicester City, 1 goal. 13 shots for Spurs, 1 goal. 5 goalkeeper saves by Leicester City. 11 corner kicks for Spurs, 0 for Leicester. 500 passes for Spurs, 204 for Leicester. And out of the 13 shots, 7 are on target for Spurs.
Yeah, doing live.
Do you want to talk about Spurs? Are you sure? Yeah, those Spurs, yeah. Pretty much the same level.
Harry Kane's Spurs. She's a Spurs fan.
You like Harry Kane?
She likes that. He's the only one she knows from the documentary because she watched the documentary.
Oh, so
She likes Mourinho.
yeah, I like that. Mourinho is a good guy. He is. And he still is. Yeah. Mourinho is a G. I like Mourinho. Here we go. Oh, Archie Gray. I'm a big fan of his. I think that's a really good signing for Spurs. And Didi. Look at him loving it.
Steve Cooper likes it.
No, he better like it because
By the way, shout out to Man Dog sharing the live video.
Appreciate you, man, dog.
G.
Man, stuck at work, helping us out. Everybody's at work. We appreciate you all for stopping by and just hanging out. It's crazy that you guys are watching the game as well. I would assume, or paying attention to it at least. And you're at work. True, passionate football fans right there. Brennan Jones, he has speed, man.
Leicester would be really disappointed, to be fair, if they tie this game or lose this game after playing so well for 55, 60 minutes or whatever, and then...
You mean Spurs?
Sorry.
Yeah.
Spurs. Yeah. I'd be very upset.
I mean, it would feel like a loss. But I would love it. It would make
Of course,
my day.
I would love it.
Yeah, I mean, especially you.
I'm not a big Ainge
No, well, you're
fan.
You're Spurs. You hate Spurs.
And I don't like Spurs, obviously, but it's more so just the fact that I don't like Ainge.
It's weird though because I like Spurs. Like a lot of their players I like Banter. I don't like Pendra. And I'm not talking about like ability. I'm just talking about like preference for me. I like Son a lot. Banter just because he's Uruguayan. Oh, good tackle. Play him on.
Ooh,
Vardy.
Give it to Vardy. What are you doing?
Oh, man. It's better.
If I was a betting man, I would put $100 right now on Leicester.
Well, good thing you're not a betting man.
Good thing I'm not a betting man.
No, but
that is why I'm not a betting man.
To be honest, let's see let's see what the odds would be just for another goal, because I think that's gonna happen. 20 minutes to go. I think there's a goal in this game. And obviously, if it stays like this, you're happy. Especially with how much money Spurs have spent and second season under Big Ange, who wins trophies. Plus 600 for Spurs. Up for Leicester. You put $10, you win 60. Damn. That is kind of tempting.
I would wait until the 75th minute and then put $100. See what happens.
For another goal, see, the bookies believe that there's going to be another goal. $10 wins you 15.
Yeah.
So $5 profit. I think there's another goal for sure.
Leicester actually not playing bad. Like they're moving it. Look at this. Here we go.
Oh, what a
Jamie
save.
Vardy. What a play from Leicester though. They were moving the ball.
Yeah. But
look at this. Boom.
yeah.
That's sad because first of all, it's a great save. But if you're Jamie Vardy, you typically score those.
Yeah. It's crazy though because you did not see any of this in the first half. Honestly, that he should have done a lot better than that. That was right at him. A little bit on the lower side, but if he placed it, I believe I contributed to Vicario's save right there. Oh, Jamie Vardy holding on to the hamstring though.
Do you guys want a quick story on Georgie and Vicario's relationship?
Listen.
Let me know in the comment section if you guys want to know how the world connected Vicario and Georgie together. If we get one yes, if we get one yes, I will explain it.
Oh no.
Who's that?
This is not looking good, man.
Who is that?
I think it's Bentancur. I think he's done.
Oh, I missed it. What happened?
I didn't see it. The camera went away, but I think he's.
Did he get knocked out or something?
Yeah, that's what it looks like. I think it's Bentancur as well. Oh yeah, I mean
this
everybody's
doesn't look
worried.
good, guys. Hold on, we'll get back to the Georgie story because a couple of people already said yes, they want to hear the story. This doesn't look good. I don't know what happened. Hey, no, don't shake it, Pep. Don't shake it. Don't shake it. Don't shake it. Or go over there. Go over there.
Man,
Yeah, I don't know what happened, but Bentancur was on the ground. They were calling for medical help right away, immediately.
Yeah.
And they got people out there quick.
Man, this is.
No cameras on the pitch right now. Wonder what happened. I didn't see.
Yeah, I didn't.
If any of you guys are watching the game, We missed it.
I don't know if he's holding his head because.
I could probably go back a couple seconds if we want to do that.
But I don't. No, it just wasn't in the camera. Like, it's something happened after the play. Like, they collided because the corner kick was taken.
Right, but like if you would have, if we go back to the replay,
Yeah,
we
maybe.
get to see the collision or something.
Man, this is not looking good.
All right, we'll wait a little bit.
I mean, they're not gonna replay. Oh, he's is that him?
No.
No. Oh, it doesn't look good, man.
Yeah. So Bentancur's on the ground. All the players are pretty worried right now. They called for medical help right away. I don't know if it was a collision or something, but it didn't look like didn't look good at all. Kyle Almeida says probably collided with someone.
Yes, look at sun does not look. You hate to see stuff like this, man.
I'm sure they have new protocols, which is why we're not seeing him on the ground, because as soon as it happened, they never panned to him at all, other than just to show the players like calling for the medical help. And then as soon as that happened, they haven't shown what's going on. But I'm sure that was probably a big change that they made when Eriksen went down at the Euros, because they had cameras on him the whole time.
Yeah.
And that was one of the biggest criticisms that they got, was like cameras should have never been on him that whole time, so that the people didn't see, like people outside the stadium didn't see all that, because that's not like that. Like that's a respect thing when a player's down like that.
And man, this has been a tough Premier League weekend, to be honest, like opening wise. Danilo from Forest
Broke his ankle, right?
broke his ankle, leg, whatever
He
it was.
fractured his ankle, I think
Yeah.
it was.
It looked terrible when I was watching it at first. But I think he's the one that got hit. So I think Bentancur and him ran into each other because he was holding his head earlier. So okay.
Kenny said hopefully it's not another Eriksen issue. I don't think so. I think it was a collision. And if it's a collision, that's typically a better thing than if it's just a guy going down by him on his own.
According to him, well, he just signaled. Because earlier I saw he was holding the back of his head, Fatau or whatever, from Leicester. And he just said that he pointed to his head and he pointed to like Bentancur pretty much in his chin. So I assume Bentancur jumped above him, try a header or something, and then as he tried to head the ball, just his jaw or whatever it was. But you know when you get hit in the jaw, it can cause like real bad like damage. So let's hope it's nothing too serious. Oh, yeah,
Did look from the short little clip that they showed of him, he did look like he got knocked out.
Yeah.
Like he wasn't moving on the ground.
Also, I forgot Harry Winks,
Your boy Harry Winks.
ex-Spurs player. So now
That's right.
Skip, another. Oh, he's okay.
So looks like he's up now. They finally showed the camera, so they got him sitting up. All the medical team is right there, but that's a good thing that if he's sitting up, because that also probably means it was not a neck injury. So he might have just gotten knocked out from the collision.
Yeah, because they would have been putting him on the stretcher.
Yeah,
if
they
it
would have put
was-
him on a stretcher. They would have stabilized his neck, all that stuff.
But it does look like they're moving his neck a little bit. But thankfully, it doesn't look. We'll see.
All right, so right now it looks like it's not terrible. He's probably not going to be able to play anymore. He's probably done. But yeah, he's rubbing his eyes and everything, so he looks like he's coming to and everything.
Yeah, they do have the
So
oxygen
hopefully he's
mask
okay.
as well.
Hopefully he's okay. Now it's time for quick little story time. Georgie and his best friend relationship with Vicario. At one point in 2017, is that right?
Yeah, I think so.
2017, Georgie and Vicario were best friends. Not really. Well, what actually happened was Georgie was playing for DCFC, Detroit City FC, in a preseason, or not preseason, but enough preseason for them. They scrimmaged, they hosted here in Detroit, Venezia from Italy, who was now in the Premier League, right?
No, Syria, yeah.
They weren't in the Premier League back then, though, were they? I thought they were in Serie
No,
B.
they're
at that
Syria
time.
B then, yeah.
So they were in the second division. And So they came and they played against DCFC. We actually won, didn't we?
Yep.
2-1?
2-1.
2-1. I wasn't there,
We played a man down for like 35 minutes as well.
but DCFC won 2-1. The head coach was Filippo Inzaghi, Italian legend. But the goalkeeper for Venezia back then, he came on in the second half, I think, right?
Mm-hmm.
Was Vicario. And we didn't even know that because somebody did some research and found that out. And so the reason why I say they're best friends is because Georgie was on the field during that time. And at one point in the game, Georgie completely misplaced the pass, like tried to play a through ball or something that went nowhere, ended up going straight into the goalkeeper's hands. And that goalkeeper was Vicario. So Georgie passed the ball to Vicario's hands at one point. And ever since then, they are now best friends.
Yep. Pretty much.
Is that pretty much the story,
That's
Georgie?
pretty much the story. Pretty much the story. Amazing first touch. Settled the ball down. Looked up. I saw the run. And completely miskicked it with my left foot right to Vicario's hands. So, yeah, that happened.
But we didn't even know until we saw him last season when he came on. People were like praising him. And then somebody on Twitter said that he had played for Venezia. So we knew that Georgie had played that game or whatever. We looked up the footage and then we found the time when Georgie played the ball into his hands.
It's I would honestly, like, I would love to show it if it was like anywhere, even like 1 out of 10 rating of the try of the pass. But it was so bad that I don't want people to know because it was really bad.
Yeah.
Really bad.
And look at them now. They're in Serie A.
Vardy's out.
You're subbing Jamie Vardy?
Yeah. He's older. First game of the season.
You can't sub. Is
James Madison's
is
out
he talking
there.
trash? Like he's talking trash to
Oh,
Romero.
to Romero. Yeah.
Love it. That's funny. To be fair, you can't really disrespect Jamie Vardy because he's a legend in the Premier League.
Daddy,
What's up, puppy?
there's the end in this.
God, I wish Jamie Vardy would have stayed on after that. I would have said, yo, Steve, hold up. Let me take care of this business real quick. Give me 2 more minutes.
Kenny's right. He said they're going for the tie, which, to be fair, first game back in the Premier League and you're playing
Yeah.
against Tottenham, I would go for the tie too if you're
Yeah,
up.
you
If
take
you're
it.
tied 1-1 right now.
You take it 100%.
So Leicester obviously won the Premier League in 2016, I think it was. Georgie, what are your expectations of Leicester for this season? Is it literally just to stay in the Premier League? They don't care where they finish?
Yeah. Yeah, it has to be it. Especially with all the craziness going around. Like, possible point deduction and not really bringing in that many players. Obviously, they got in Skip today, but I don't know how much of a difference he's really going to make. But I think it's just stay in the Premier League, solidify your spot here, and you're financially stable for another year. And you just move on from there and you improve little by little, year by year. But like I said, I don't see Leicester staying up. Even with this, it's like, let's be honest, Spurs should have been up 5 goals in the first half. But another argument to that is you're not going to play Spurs every weekend. So oh, silky feet. By the way, I forgot Timo Werner still plays for Spurs. By the way, did you see the guy that went up to Timo Werner at a restaurant? People like that piss me off, man.
What do you say to him?
He said, first, like, he walked up to him as he's recording. Timo Werner's eating with, like, a friend and, like, maybe his girlfriend, I don't know, a woman. And the guy walks up to him, gets in his face, and is like, I just want to ask, why do you miss so much? And then Timo Werner's like, what? What did you say? Like, smiling. And he's like, I just want to know, why do you miss so many open goals or easy chances? And then Timo Werner's like, just turned around and is like, started eating his food. And it was like, dude. And the guy just walked away. And I'm thinking, like,
I think they're funny.
like, that guy is literally, I mean, obviously he's doing it for the views. But,
Right.
like, in your mind, like, how, like, what do you have, what has to go through your mind to go up to a pro player just to try to get a reaction out of him, just so, like, you seem like a cool guy? Or I don't know. It's so frustrating. But mad respect to Timo Werner, because I would have been like I would have been pissed.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't have done anything either, but I would have just been like, bro, like, I don't know. It's crazy. Like all these famous people are, not that they're always the victim, but like in this specific situation, like Timo Werner just having a nice meal and this guy out of nowhere comes and, oh, here we go.
I don't know if there's going to be another goal in this game.
I feel it. I feel it in my bones.
Oof. Tottenham moving the ball inside the
Yeah.
box.
Look at that. Solanke couldn't get a
Actually
touch
decent.
on it.
That was decent, to be fair. If I was Dominic Solanke, I would think, get the game winner right now.
You're set. It's
Spurs fans will love me.
Zirkzee did it. New signing. Let's see if Solanke can do it. Solanke's been pretty good, though, to be honest.
Oof.
Yeah, straight going for the tie now, Leicester.
Park the bus, baby. That's the only way to do it. Steve Cooper, what a tactical genius. Parking the bus. I think he's got soap on his hands. Roman, do you have soap?
If I put pizza in the oven, will it make sense?
Yep.
Roman, come here. Let's wash your hands.
Go wash your hands with mama, puppy. Go wash your hands with mama.
And a bathroom and this way.
Downstairs, yeah. Downstairs.
That's some good play by Spurs from the back. To here we go.
Oh. Surprisingly, Leicester's playing very defensively, and they still have holes right in the middle of the top of the box. Like the last two
Yeah.
plays have been right at the top of the box. Tottenham's doing well to get in behind like those holding mids, but by the way, our stream looks good. It looks like
legit,
straight
huh?
out of the camera, like how we record it. At least the way I'm looking at it right now. So, if anybody who's watching us, let us know what the quality of the stream looks like, because from what I'm seeing, it looks pretty good.
Set piece. Here we go, Leicester City. He's been pretty good.
Set pieces account for like 30% of all goals. Higher than that, I think like 34% of all goals. Just crazy.
It's a lot.
And we don't focus. Like we talk about that in the coaching world all the time. Is like, if you look at the stats, set pieces make up a lot of goals, and yet we never work on set pieces. I mean, you do, but you don't really like. It's not like a training session. Nobody ever does set pieces unless like maybe 10, 15 minutes at the end of a training session before like a game or something. If you can emphasize it enough, especially if you're not always going to be the best team in possession.
Stoke City.
Yep.
That was their bread and butter. Well, that's what Sean Dyche is supposed to be. I think Everton are probably one of the best. Arsenal, one of the best in the Premier League. And like set
Yeah,
pieces.
Arsenal are fantastic in set pieces. We have nowadays they have the set piece specialists and stuff, but Arteta's clearly
Listen,
all
man,
about it.
Arteta does way too much, man. Every day
So
I
you can't
see.
say Arteta does way too much.
Listen,
Man's a G.
listen. This man hired
Give him a
pickpo-
statue.
pickpocketers or whatever to.
That's right. Got to keep people on their toes, man.
Bro, what's up with these Leicester terrible set pieces?
How do you win the Premier League, Georgie? You
By-
got to stay on your toes.
Oh yeah,
How
I
do you
can't
not
even
get-
enjoy a meal.
Nope.
What else did he do?
Do you think Manchester City can enjoy a meal? Do you think they sleep at night?
What else did he do? He played the "You Never Walk Alone" in practice.
Yeah. That was funny. I'm not gonna lie. I thought that was.
Oh, here we go, far post.
Kind of dumb. I thought that was kind of dumb. If anybody watched the Arsenal documentary, All or Nothing Arsenal,
They ended up losing that game, right?
right before they played against Liverpool, Arteta had them bring out like a big speaker. Roman, turn it off, please. Turn it off. Turn it off. Arteta had the staff bring out a big speaker and play "You'll Never Walk Alone" during training to simulate the environment that they were gonna have at Anfield, and then they got smacked anyway. So
And then what else did he do? He just
he hung out with your boy Salt Bay.
yeah, that's like world class.
As soon as he hung out with Salt Bay, our results went down
Yeah.
after that.
No, after the Salbe, you guys went on the streak.
Oh, was it when we went on the
Yeah.
streak?
Salbe
I
is
thought
the
it was
reason.
I thought
Everybody
it was
ate
the time
good
that we went
steaks.
downhill.
What do you think about Timo Werner? Are you a fan?
Yeah, he's okay. Nothing special. You know what you're gonna get out of him. Technically pretty good. Like, I think
There's
his
the
best,
goal. There's
his best
the
moments are behind him. I mean, he was didn't he score the goal for in the Champions League to win the Champions League? I thought Timo Werner scored it.
For Chelsea?
Yeah, when they won the Champions League recently.
Was it? I have no idea.
I can't remember, but that was like when he was. And they weren't even that good. They just had a really good run of results as soon as they sacked the manager or whatever. Who was that? Tuchel that won it with him?
Yeah. And then he got...
Oh, it was Zayd correcting me like this. He said it was Kai.
Kai Havertz.
It was either one. It was one of those two. But I thought Timo Werner played in that game.
I have
Maybe
no
I'm wrong.
idea, to be honest.
Maybe I'm wrong.
You're probably thinking of how bad Fernando Torres was for Chelsea. And he's the one that scored the final for Chelsea.
Listen, man. Fernando Torres, he wasn't bad for Chelsea. He had some moments.
Bro.
Against Barcelona. The
Yeah.
counter-attacking goal.
Yeah, the goal in Champions League final, right? Yeah.
It wasn't the Champions League final. No.
It wasn't?
It was like the semi or
aggregate?
the quarterfinals when they knocked out Barcelona. When Ramirez scored the chip.
Yeah.
And then after that,
Listen, you
they went
can't
on the
tell
counter
me
'cause
Fernando
Barcelona
Torres
was
for
better.
Chelsea was good.
he wasn't great, but you're also comparing him because of how good he was at Liverpool and
Play
Atletico
him.
Madrid.
Go on.
Here
Come
comes
on,
Leicester.
Leicester. Wide open indeed. Oh, man.
Oh.
Unlucky.
It's good recovery though.
Archie Gray.
Kenny said, "All right, guys, it's been a pleasure getting home. Gotta bring my boys to soccer practice." Kenny, appreciate you. You're an absolute legend, man. Thanks for being on the stream with us. Like I said, we'll keep you updated whenever we get some merchant for sure.
Appreciate you, Kenny. Much love, man. We'll see you in the next one.
My boy Zayd correcting me though. I like it.
I
This
like
is what
it.
we need though. This is the good thing. It's like when we film a podcast, we try and research a lot of the stuff, but sometimes we just get into like random arguments or debates or whatever, and then we just kind of speak off what we remember, and sometimes we obviously remember it wrong. I like that it's nice when people come in and like can actually like fact check some of the stuff that we say, so that we're not just spitting like lies and false information.
Which is what Javi and Joe do half the time anyway. So
Absolutely. Got to prove our point somehow.
Aston Villa Arsenal next weekend, huh? At Villa. Are you nervous?
No, man. We fly. The first 10 games of the season, I'm not nervous. We're going to go 10 for 10.
Wow. By the way, what do you think about your Arsenal TV boys arguing who's better, Arteta or Unai Emery?
Unai Emery.
Zayd, whoever's in the chat first, let's see. What do you guys think? Who's a better manager, Arteta or Unai Emery? And then obviously you let us know because you're an Arsenal fan, and let us. What do you think about the whole debate, Javi?
Frank Lampard.
Bruh. Don't worry, he's coming. He's gonna be the U.S. manager after Poch.
CV was Zayd said, CV wise, it's Unai and it's by a margin.
I mean, yeah, if you look at the CV, 100%. Because look what he did at Sevilla, right? How many Europa Leagues in a row did he win? Bro, that's crazy. Sevilla,
Villarreal, Aston Villa, like those are good. He's had good spells with every single one of those teams.
oh, here we go. Oh, my God. I could,
Vicario fuming with someone,
oh.
with the youngster.
Yeah, the young kid. They just bought him for like 10, 15 mil. I like him
I
a lot.
thought he's played well so far today, to be honest. Except this part right here. Imagine if Tottenham gets there's still 8 more minutes left.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And that was a bit of a dramatic save, to be honest, from Vicario. Look at him. That's... Oh, look at your boy.
Richarlison, let's go.
That tat. DJ Spence.
He said he won Villarreal its first ever trophy, and it was a European trophy.
What is it?
That was Europa League, I think.
Oh, yeah, the Europa League, yeah. But, like, Sevilla was the Real Madrid of the Europa League. These guys would just be in there, and they would just win it. Like, they can play terrible, they can play amazing, doesn't really matter. Ooh.
That's what people were saying, is that the only place that he's actually done bad is Arsenal. And Arteta didn't do well in his first couple years either. And that's how long Unai Emery had them for.
And he turned Aston Villa when Gerrard was there from relegation battle to.
I did watch the clip with Arsenal Fan TV or whatever when he gets upset that he's even putting him on the same level. But it is a fair conversation because you give Arteta the exact same teams that Unai Emery has had. Who knows how he'll do? But Unai Emery's actually done very well. It was literally just Arsenal.
That's the thing.
And the Arsenal team he had wasn't great either. Yeah, absolutely.
But like, how many years did Unai Emery stay at Arsenal?
I think he was there for like a year and a half, and that's it.
Yeah, see, that's not enough time to
Maybe
like
2.
put. And also, you're taking over a team that wasn't really that good.
But Zaid makes a good point. Premier League fans just drag a manager / player if they don't win, and that's true. I think everyone, because the Premier League is the most watched league in the world. If they don't do well in the Prem, it's almost like that's their whole career, where they can do well for one season in the Prem and do crap everywhere else, and they're still a good manager because they did well in the Premier League.
But did he do terrible at Arsenal? What did he do? What did he get?
We finished pretty low on the table. We must have finished like.
And he was the one that followed after Arsene Wenger, right?
He was the one that followed after Arsene Wenger.
But
The problem is the team just kept going on the decline even with Unai Emery, and then that's why they made the switch to Arteta.
That team is so. Arsenal had made some terrible choices, transfer-wise, contract-wise, just really, really bad choices. Like Lacazette, which he wasn't terrible. Don't get me wrong. I'm talking in terms of like contracts and the length of the contract.
Yeah.
And then Aubameyang, same thing. Ramsey, who was injured half the time, but somehow kept getting like really amazing contracts, so he just didn't want to leave, even when Arsenal wanted him out. But why would he leave? Like, he has no reason to, because he's making so much money. Also, as well, letting all these contracts run out, terrible contracts, and that's what I think Arteta doesn't get a lot of credit for, cleaning that mess up and putting Arsenal, building the structure within Arsenal to be where they are now, because it takes certain type of a manager to be able to say, you know what, Aubameyang, you might be one of my top goal scorers, but you just don't fit my style. And frankly, I don't like your attitude and how you deal with like showing up late or whatever the problems that he had. And he's like, you might be my, because Aubameyang was a captain at one point, no? Yeah.
He was a captain right before the whole situation, and then
Yeah.
they stripped him of his captaincy after that.
So it takes some sort of a manager to be able to command something like that. So I give him a lot of respect for that. But I think Unai Emery deserves a lot of respect.
I don't know if it makes sense, but I think Arteta is better at coaching more talented / better teams. That's the criticism that you'd give to Unai Emery, is with big egos, like he didn't do well. Where he goes to these teams that are a little bit lower, less egos and stuff, he did well. So, yeah, that could be accurate. And from just seeing the documentaries on Arteta, the way he carries himself and all that, he's very, he gets a lot of respect from the players and stuff. Do you see Leicester City making a run like they did 10 years ago?
I'm gonna phone and run.
This season?
No chance, man, dog.
Man,
No
dog.
chance.
I'm telling you right now, Leicester getting relegated this season.
Yeah, you do. I'm gonna you do.
This team is not it. Even though, I'll be honest, second half,
I want to gather.
You have it here.
they have impressed me.
Hannah,
The problem with these
are
teams
you two?
is, honestly, when I look at the Premier League right now, I don't see
Monster truck.
I don't see that many weak teams in this Premier League this season. Like last year, you could have said, oh, Sheffield,
I don't
right?
like monster truck.
Like on Norwich or something, if somebody was up for like that. Like, you can talk about these teams like that. But like this season, the only team that's coming up, because who came up? Ipswich,
Leicester
and
and who's the other one?
why can't I not think about who's the other one right now? Southampton.
Southampton.
Yeah, it's Southampton are tricky because they're up and down nonstop. So it's like I keep forgetting they were down. But like you look at all those teams, Leicester is like I feel like they're the weakest one of them all, just because they lost their manager and they're not making signings to strengthen. I think they sold some of their players, so it's going to be very tough unless they make some signings. There's 10 days left, and I don't like Steve Cooper at all. So I don't know. Well, Steve Cooper had the job with Nottingham Forest last year, right?
He was in the Premier League last year.
And he was in a relegation battle with Forest, and then the Portuguese guy came. What's his name? Pinto? No.
Espiritu Santo.
Yeah, he came from Saudi, and he became the coach and saved them. So, despite the point deduction they had.
Yeah, I forgot they were one of the other teams that had the point deduction, right?
Yeah. I tell you what, though.
Oh, well done.
Oh, he brought it back.
Oh, he brought it back.
I tell you what, though, the team that might surprise the world, Brighton, they've spent
Georgie
so
likes
much
Brighton.
money. The 3-4 players that they bought are unreal. I am a huge fan of Brighton.
They have a good team system too. Their system is really good. They're passing. They're building out of the back. It's very hard to press them. They have numbers going forward. Arsenal legend Danny Welbeck.
Yep. Scored
So-
a goal. The guy Minta on the right hand side. Just like Mane in his early days. So good, man. And guess who has him in his fantasy team? This guy.
That's why you're mid-table.
Listen, he got me an assist and he got a concussion.
So what are the chances right now that Tottenham score the game winner in the 99th minute?
Is Solanke still on?
Unless they took him off for Richarlison. No,
No,
he's still
right
there.
there.
Solanke scores the game winner.
Yeah,
Here
there
it
you
is.
go. Richarlison.
Of course, Richarlison will miss. Poor Richarlison. Even if he would have scored that, the VAR would have overturned it on something. That guy gets the most overturned VAR goals.
Yeah, he's. Oh, no.
You just have to flick it. You don't have to redirect it. You just have to let it hit. Like, you're way past the frame of the goal.
That was my header 2 weeks ago in Mexican League over the keeper and it bounced. And then the guy came out of nowhere and look at Big Ange.
Big Ange is already.
Oh, I would have screenshot
He's
this
already
and posted
tired.
it.
He doesn't want it. Big Ange doesn't want it.
Time out. I'm gonna take a picture of that. Well, you can
I
rewind
can't
it.
because
After.
I can't.
Uh,
Game's over.
game's over. Yeah.
Game is over, ladies and gentlemen. It's 1-1. The final, Leicester versus Tottenham. All right, final thoughts, Georgie, before we end this.
A great point for Leicester City. I did not expect this. I honestly thought it was going to be a 4 or 5 goal game for Spurs. And honestly, it should have been in the first half. They had 13 shots in the first half alone, I think, and then 7 on target or 5 on target in the first half. And, like, when we talk about on target, some were inside the box, penalty area, right at the goalkeeper. And Leicester did nothing the whole first half. So if Leicester play like they try to play in the first half, they have 0% chance of staying up in the Premier League. If they try to go head-to-head, toe-to-toe with teams like they did in the second half, that might be a lot tougher as well, just because a better team just finishes those chances. Or on the day, they just get unlucky. But hey, it's a point. It's a good point for Leicester. If at the top 6 or 7 teams, if you can get like 1 point from them, and everybody else you kind of win, lose, whatever, you're gonna be fine.
Yeah, they were supposed to lose to Tottenham. So the fact that they tied, especially after a performance like that, where Tottenham should have scored a few more goals, they dominated possession. It was very clear who the better team was, and then they still ended up 1-1. Especially again, the goals for you as a team is to just stay in the league. Like that's the main goal in year one, is just stay in the Premier League. So draw against Tottenham, even if it's at home, is solid. All right, cool. That's it for this one, people. We appreciate you following along. All the people who were with us the whole time. Kenny, Zaid, who else was on here? There's a couple more on here. Man Dog. J-Fam was in for a little bit on the YouTube. Appreciate all you guys. I'll try and give you guys a bigger heads up whenever we do these lives.
Daddy, cat broccoli.
Yeah, go tell mama. But we're gonna end it here. Gonna be doing a podcast episode soon here as well. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that. And yeah, we'll catch you.